All right, time for NBA Australia's Week 8 Power Rankings. We are starting everything at the bottom. Start at the bottom, now we're here. Absolute butt. That'd be the Portland Trailblazers. They stink. Scoot Henderson sucks. They've got zero direction. Play your Aussies. I think that's the lesson to be learned here, right? The Blazers are so bad. You just watch like Anthony Penny-Simons and Scoot Henderson basically take turns and stinking it up, and you're like, what are we doing here? Danny Avdija, he's like, what am I doing here? This is horrible. They are very, very bad. The Utah Jazz, it's a soft J. Larry Markkinen completely forgot how to play basketball apparently when he was off during military duty in the offseason. He's like, forgot how to shoot basketball. It's like, okay, that's not good. And then you've got to play Patty Mills. What are you doing, the Jazz? Why did you sign him? I know that the vibes are high and he's one of the great bench coaches, but play the man. What are you doing? The Jazz are just an absolute tire fire. The Nets, speaking of tire fires, they trade Dennis Schroeder, German Rondo, over to the Warriors for 3 second rounders. You can't get anything more than that for Dennis Schroeder. Now you're like, okay, Box Hill, Ben Simmons, take us home. And he's like, take us where? I'll take you to the Instagram. And we're like, we'll do some workout videos. It's like, no, Ben, can you play basketball? He's like, oh, geez, do I have to? All right, here's another triple single. And you're like, thanks a lot, Ben Simmons. Anyway, the Wizards, if you had the choice, watch the Wizards or bang your head against a brick wall, what are you taking? It's number 2. It's definitely number 2. The Pelicans, everybody's up for sale, basically. It's like, hey, do you want a CJ McCollum? Do you want a DeJounte Murray? Who wants a Zion Williamson? And everybody in the NBA is like, I'm good. They all stink. The Pelicans are horrible. They're the Pelicans, I'll tell you that much, not the Pelicans. The bad, but they also sucked here. That'd be the Sixers. Everybody's hurt now. Jared McCain, he's out there doing his TikTok dances and doing his bloody MCL. That's not great. Joel Embiid's getting his big old dumb head in the road of other people's elbows again. Another big face break. Just the Sixers are an absolute tire fire as well. The Raptors, they lose Scotty Barnes for a couple of weeks and the bottom falls out of them. The Hornets, at least they got LaMelo and co back. Maybe they'll be back up into the bad but fun tier next week, but at the moment, they also suck. They got all their dudes back and then got their heads kicked in by the Sixers, who only have Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. So the Bulls, they beat the Raptors the other day. They're bad, but they also suck because, look, Josh Giddey twists his ankle. I don't want to watch the Bulls without Josh Giddey. He's the only one that's any good on that team. The bad but fun tier. Jim, how can you have the Warriors on the bad but fun tier? Well, they're fun, aren't they? Yeah. They're also 2-8 in their last 10. This is a bad team. Podemski's forgotten how to play basketball. Steph's like, oh, do I really want to retire a Warrior? The Lakers, they're bad but fun at least as well because LeBron goes away, not to Germany, and definitely not to be deposed by the FBI, probably. But wow, this team is just not very good. Like, the thing is, it's also still fun watching a bad Lakers team because everybody gets their panties in a twist. It's like, what should we do to help LeBron? It's like, whatever LeBron says, clearly. The Kings, they're bad but fun as well because they can put up 140 and give up 142. And they're just kind of like a little bit chaos. They just had an awesome game against Denver the other day. They are bad, but they are also fun. The Detroit Basketball Pistons, same sort of thing. They put the absolute hurt on the Heat, then completely blew that game and still managed to pull it out because Tim Hardaway the Lesser went absolutely ham from 3 at the very end of that game. And the Spurs, they're kind of almost on the meh tier, but they're still kind of bad enough that every game you have no idea what you're going to get. Wemby is like, oh, maybe today I shall have a quadruple double. Or maybe today I will go 0 of 7 from downtown. It's like, you're 7'40". Why are you shooting 11 threes a game, you idiot? Anyway, the meh tier, the Heat, the Pacers, and the Clippers, all of them are just meh. Like, are you going to win the title this year? No. Are you going to do anything this year? No. You're just meh. The good, maybe-ish tier. Phoenix. They are only on this tier if they have Kevin Durant playing. Without him, they're 1-9. With him, I'm pretty sure they're 13-2. That's a pretty big difference, right? The Atlanta Hawks, they're good, maybe-ish. They made the semifinals of the NBA Cup. Dyson Daniels is carving it up. Trae Young is like okay-ish. They're kind of okay. They're doing a little bit better. And the Wolves, I want to have them in the bad but fun tier, but they're not that much fun. But they are also, every so often, they'll string 2 wins together and you're like, I think they're back. And then they'll stink and you're like, maybe they're good-ish. Julius Randle, he needs to get out of town and let Ant-Man cook. Not more babies. He's got so many kids already. Ant-Man, what are you doing? Come on, bro. Fun as hell. This is the Rockets and the Magic. The Magic, they're going to have a couple of days where they're not much fun, but stick with us because you're going to get Paolo Banchero. He'll be back soon. And then Franz will be back, and this team is going to be absolutely awesome. And the Rockets, they don't have that go-to dude at the end of these games, but they are still very fun, and they're deeper than the Mariana Trench. Love me some Houston Rockets. The Smash and 10 stack and wins tier, that'd be Dallas. They are cruising, looking pretty good. Had a bit of a hiccup the other day, but they are still absolutely cruising along. The Knicks, they have these weird little dips every so often where they lose a bit of focus, but they are still Smash and 10 stick and wins. They've got 6 dudes that Tibbs trusts. He's like, ice, ice, ice. And it's like, we've already done so much icing. Come on. But they just need to like keep this on a steady level until they get past the All-Star break. Then they're going to be absolutely killing teams. Same goes for Memphis. I love this Grizzlies team. They are smashing 10, stacking wins. They are like second in the West right now, and nobody realizes it. The Grizzlies are back. And the Nuggets, that was a huge win the other day against the Kings. They're also kicking the tires and making some trades. Zach LaVine, anybody? Let's go. But they are cruising along. Can we get Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon on the same team? Just imagine the dunk comps they would have. That would be awesome. And then we've got the elite tier. That'd be Boston. Yes, they are boring as hell, but they are elite and keep killing teams. The Cavs, Kenny Atkinson just went back into Brooklyn, went, fire me, will ya? Check this out. I'm going to win by 50. He basically did, and then caught off the Dogs. And the Thunder, they make an NBA Cup final, look very, very good on the way there, then stunk it up in the final. Let's just say you better listen to the latest NBA Australia. I'm a bit concerned. And then, of course, the final tier is the we just won the NBA Cup tier. The Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is back, baby. Dame time. Woo! It is Algonquin for the good land, after all. There you go. That is the power rankings for week 8. That's been NBA Australia. Make sure you subscribe to the show or I'll smash ya.